The art of saying no without guilt, a Zen approach. There's a strange heaviness that comes with guilt, not the kind we speak aloud, but the kind that lingers quietly, just beneath the surface, whispering in the stillness of night. Maybe you know this feeling. You lie in bed, lights off, the house quiet, but inside, your mind replays the day. The moment you said yes. Again. When your body was tired. When your heart said no. How has your day truly been? Dear fiends, if your heart feels called, you may gently share your thoughts in the comments below. Not for answers, but simply to be seen and heard. But now, let this moment be a gentle pause, a sacred space just for you. Take a few deep, tender breaths, not to fix anything, but to return to yourself. Let your body soften, let your mind rest. Close your eyes, if that feels right, and slowly, allow the quiet to embrace you. The calm sounds, the still presence, and the timeless wisdom, flowing gently through tonight's wisdom-filled lessons. Here at Buddhism in You. 1. The inner conflict. Why saying no feels so hard and heavy. Sometimes, the hardest word to say is the shortest one, no. Not because it's complicated, not because we don't understand its meaning, but because deep down, in the soft, tired parts of ourselves, we worry that saying no means disappointing someone, letting them down, or worse, not being a good person. And yet, how many nights have you laid in bed, eyes wide open, mind spinning, replaying a moment where you said yes when your heart whispered number? You didn't want to stay late at work, answer that phone call, agree to one more favor. But you did, out of habit, out of fear, out of guilt. In the modern American life, especially for those of us juggling careers, caregiving, relationships, and emotional survival, saying no often feels like a betrayal. We've been taught, in quiet and subtle ways, that to be kind is to be available, to be generous is to be self-sacrificing. But Zen teaches us something radically different and deeply liberating. Zen master Shunryu Suzuki once said, "When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself." In Zen, the practice is not about pleasing others or protecting your image. It's about seeing things clearly, just as they are, without judgment or attachment. And often, clarity shows us that our energy is not limitless, our time is not infinite, our inner peace is worth honoring. From the lens of neuroscience, the guilt that arises when we say no comes from the brain's ancient wiring, the need to belong, to be accepted, to avoid social rejection. The amygdala triggers that twinge of fear when we imagine someone's disappointment. But here's the truth. Those feelings are real, but they're not always right. Emotions are visitors, not facts. Applied psychology reminds us that people-pleasing is a trauma response. It's what we do when we learned, often early in life, that love and safety came from compliance. But you are not that child anymore. You are allowed to protect your peace. Zen isn't about building walls or becoming cold. It's about choosing presence over pressure, inner alignment over outer approval. And it begins with one small, quiet moment. The courage to say no, and the wisdom to know that's enough. Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, I invite you to remember, you don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to carry the weight of every yes. You are worthy of calm, of stillness, of sleep. Let go. Let yourself soften. Let no become a sacred word, the beginning of your return to self. 2. Zen boundaries. How to say no with compassion and clarity. Saying no doesn't have to feel like closing a door on someone you care about. It doesn't have to be a wall or a sharp edge. In the Zen way, a boundary isn't a weapon, it's a form of love for yourself and for the world around you. There's a quiet woman I once met during a Zen retreat in Northern California. Her name was Clara, a middle school teacher in her late 40s. She carried the soft exhaustion of someone who'd been everything for everyone. All at once, she smiled often, but her eyes were tired. One evening, after sitting in silence, she whispered to me that she hadn't said no in over 10 years, not to her students, not to her colleagues, not even to her grown children. She thought being a good person meant always being available. But over time, her health faded, her patience thinned, and her sleep fractured into restless pieces. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, when you learn how to suffer, you suffer much less. Saying yes out of guilt is a kind of quiet suffering. But when we become aware of that suffering, when we breathe into it and name it, we begin to heal. In Zen, boundaries are not drawn in anger, they are rooted in awareness. It's not about control or resistance. It's about seeing clearly what gives life and what takes it away. When you feel drained, resentful, or tense, that's your body's wisdom asking you to listen. Your nervous system speaks the truth before your mind can catch up. Modern psychology calls this somatic awareness, the practice of listening to your body's signals. When your shoulders tighten at a request, when your breath shortens, when you pause before responding, these are moments of choice. In Zen, we do not rush to react, we respond with presence. One breath, one truth, one word. No, but it doesn't have to sound harsh. Saying no can be soft. It can sound like, I would love to support you, but I need rest tonight. Or, I care deeply about you, and right now, I need some space to breathe. When said from the heart, with full presence, even the most difficult truths can land gently. Clara eventually found her way to saying no without guilt. Not all at once, but slowly, through breath, meditation, and self-trust. Her eyes softened, her sleep deepened, her spirit returned. This is what Zen boundaries look like. They are not cold, they are kind. They are not rejection, they are redirection toward balance, calm, and clarity. So tonight, if you feel the weight of all the silent yeses you've given, place a hand on your heart and whisper, I can love others and still choose myself. Let your body exhale, let your spirit rest. Saying no can be an act of peace. Let that peace begin with you. 3. Nightly peace. Letting go of guilt for deep sleep and inner calm. There's a strange heaviness that comes with guilt, not the kind we speak aloud, but the kind that lingers quietly, just beneath the surface, whispering in the stillness of night. Maybe you know this feeling. You lie in bed, lights off, the house quiet, but inside, your mind replays the day. The moment you said yes. Again. When your body was tired. When your heart said no. This kind of guilt is invisible. But it's weighty. It builds silently over time, in the emails you didn't want to answer, in the favors you felt obligated to do, in the emotions you swallowed for the sake of peace. And that weight, it keeps you awake. Zen invites us to see, not just with our eyes, but with our awareness. Zen doesn't ask you to become someone else. It asks you to come home to who you already are. Beneath the noise, beneath the pressure, Zen teaches us. When we hold on too tightly, we suffer. But when we let go, truly let go, we begin to rest. Not just physically, but spiritually. Neuroscience shows us that guilt triggers a stress response in the brain. Your nervous system stays alert, on guard, even in the dark of night. But deep sleep only arrives when the nervous system feels safe. That's why releasing guilt isn't just emotional, it's biological. Psychologist Kristin Neff reminds us that self-compassion is not indulgence. It's survival. When you say no to protect your peace, you're not being selfish, you're being wise. And wisdom is the very heart of Zen. So tonight, under this quiet sky, I want to gently remind you, you do not need to carry everything. You do not need to please everyone. You only need to return, again and again, to what is real. To your breath, to your truth, to your stillness. Let no become not a rejection, but a release. Let it clear space for your sleep to deepen. Let it soften the edges of your heart. There is peace waiting for you, always, just on the other side of letting go. If you are still here, at the end of this video, here is your reward. Regular practice will help you transform your own life for the better. Let's begin. Together, a small, gentle practice you can do tonight, before sleep. Zen night practice. The gentle number. Find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down. Close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart, and take a slow, deep breath in and out. Now, softly whisper within yourself, I honor my truth. I release what no longer serves me. I am allowed to say no. With every exhale, imagine letting go of one expectation, one obligation, one heavy thought. Picture them drifting away like autumn leaves on a quiet stream. Feel the space that remains. That space is yours. That peace is yours. Breathe here for a few moments. Let yourself feel light. You can return to this practice every night until your nervous system no longer fears boundaries, but welcomes them as a form of healing. If you'd love to experience these Zen practices for longer, with no breaks, fully immersed in gentle storytelling and healing guidance, just visit the playlist section of this channel. We've arranged longer sessions, from 1 to 3 hours, sometimes even more, so you can drift into a deep, uninterrupted sleep. These playlists combine many videos into one seamless journey. Or if you prefer shorter sessions, around 15 to 30 minutes, just continue with our next suggested video. At Buddhism in You, you'll always find something that fits your rhythm, your heart, your night, and please, share your thoughts in the comments. Let us know how this touched you, or what you'd love to hear next. Your voice helps this channel grow into a sanctuary for others. 2. Do not hesitate to give me suggestions so we can bring you more great spiritual products. Thank you very much. We're deeply grateful you've spent this quiet moment with us. See you tomorrow night, here.